Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. This is the video for the Patreon $10 tier. I appreciate your support, and I didn't think I would get 2 videos in December. I was supposed to start content in January, but I thought if I had the time I was going to do it, and it looks like I will be able to just get it in. So this is a journal tour. I've seen other people do them. I really enjoy them. I also, though, don't usually stay engaged past 10-15 minutes. I have to stop and then go back. So I'm going to try to keep this to 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll see how that works. Okay, so this one was the majority of 2020, and I got this idea from Creation CC. She is on YouTube, and she is awesome. I have been a patron of hers for about a year. She calls them pocket doodlers. I have another one going right here, and that'll be a tour down the road. It's just a place to fiddle, and I love it. So it's very dirty because I had it up against some graphite paper, and I didn't even do the back because it got dirty and I didn't want to paint on it, but everything else is full. However, like usual, I started it wrong. I started it on the wrong side. So this was my intention last year. My intention for 2020 was to share in any way I could imagine. I had no idea 2020 was going to be the way it ended up, which I find really interesting because sharing got a lot harder this year with not being able to be around people and see people. I had lots of coffee dates planned, lots of hugs planned. I'm a big hugger. Not a lot of hugs, missing the hugs, definitely. But I still had a lot of laughs with people, and found a way to make it work. So this was I like intentions better than resolutions. I think they're just a more positive feel. So then we'll flip it and go back to the beginning. This is hysterical. This was without reference, and this is with reference, which tells me that's why so many artists use reference pictures. Because I got the leg backwards, the beak is wrong, but it was fine. I mean, it's a doodler, so it's all good. But I wanted to see if I could do a flamingo because I have a friend who loves flamingos, and I thought it'd be nice to paint her something. So I thought I should start practicing my flamingos. So kind of funny. This is just a simple floral. This is exactly what I do when I want to art, but I don't know what to art. I will watercolor some flowers, random. Any kind of flower, and then I'll doodle over it because it usually doesn't look that great till I add the doodling. And so I mean, it's okay. It's not the best, but it's the practice in. This is from Creation CC, a video she did. You can probably find that on YouTube, and it was really fun. I was practicing with texture, like doodle art texture. There's some silver pen and white pen, and then the black ink pen, and it was kind of fun. It's all right. Of course, I always think the one doing the tutorial of theirs looks so much better than mine. I think we all suffer from that. So this was, I don't know what it was supposed to be. I think I was just playing with color, and then the black made all the color pop up. And again, I was practicing with this gold gel pen and just doing a more mixed media. And I'm finding I really like these dot trails. That's from doing the dot art, trying to incorporate my other artistic styles into my watercolor. This is, I have no idea why these are this color, but my husband and I kept thinking James and the Giant Peach, because it's just a little lumberjack there. So every time I see it, that's what I think of. And again, it's just something to play with, to art for the day. This was a tutorial by Creation CC for birthday cards she was doing, and she was doing balloons for the birthday cards, and I decided to go with this Payne's Gray because I hadn't had Payne's Gray, and I bought some from Core, and I just love that stuff. It's very versatile, and I wanted to see how the bleeding would work. I am going to be on a long path figuring out how much water with my watercolor, too much or too little, so that's going to be a challenge. This is a Jenna Rainey, 10 flowers, 10 watercolor flowers. I did not enjoy this as much as I was hoping I would. Some days it just doesn't flow. It doesn't feel right. And then I just start getting kind of an I don't care attitude, and I don't try very hard when I'm just not feeling any enjoyment. But I wanted to try something new. So, I see all these wild flowers done in watercolor, and they are just so great. And it's just, some days I hit it and some days I don't. So that tells me I need more practice. Again, more floral practice. So this, I could tell having trouble with water. And then the difference between watercolor without doodles and watercolor with doodles. I do like adding pen on a painting that I don't think is turning out very good. It completely changes the feel of the painting. Another Creation CC video you can find on YouTube. Kind of abstract, and this is happy. I just like this. But this is definitely more me. I'm starting to see when I do stuff and I look through my little journals, I'm seeing more of this kind of thing with teardrops. I like the teardrop shape. That's from quilting. I love crosshatch. That's from quilting. But I don't get to do it very much. So I am incorporating it more into the art and trying different colors, again, adding gold. I believe this also has some colored pencil. I'm not sure. I really like colored pencil on watercolor. This is a painting that I did with alcohol ink on a 9x12, and I decided to recreate it in watercolor. It looks completely different, but it was really fun, and I kind of like it. It's really, really whimsical. And then adding in the gold again and the doodling. The doodling really makes a difference. This is a Let's Make Art tutorial called Peony. You can find this online for free, the tutorials for free. It's on YouTube and on their letsmakeart.com. And this was my second attempt, and then my third one I liked the best. My first one was bigger and the full size of a piece of paper, and I gave that to a friend, and so because she liked it. And then the last one was a gift for my quilting clients. Okay, so this is another Creation CC, and you can see I did it upside down. I just grab them and I go, and I don't pay attention. It's terrible, but I love this. But when I compare it to hers, I don't. And comparison is the thief of joy. Boy, is that true. Because when I look at this on its own, I'm really happy with it. I love the bleeds. I love the blooms. I'm sure it's not for everybody, but it was for me. I like it. This is based on a photo from my brother-in-law. I asked permission if I could use his photo to recreate this lighthouse scene. Please remember that photographers are artists as well, and we can't just take their photos and recreate them, because it is taking their artwork. And if you want a photo, if you want to use a photo for not for reference per se, but maybe like to make an exact copy of it, ask the photographer if you can use their photo. Otherwise, go to copyright free sites like Pixabay or Paint My Photo. They've got millions of photos that you can use. Okay, so I love the lighthouse in this picture. Again, it looks completely different because he ended up printing it as a black and white photo. But it was fun and challenging. And I'm going to be doing a lot more of this kind of stuff where I take a photo and I try to recreate it in watercolor, because it forces me to simplify what I'm seeing and look for values. Very, very fun, very challenging. Okay, this was a Creation CC challenge where you put down some color, you draw a line through on pencil, and then you create doodles off of that line. And this is what came out of it the first time. So you can see, I really like my teardrop shapes. I like my dots. I like a little bit of gold pen. I like texture. And I really like darkening, thickening lines on the edges. I've been doing more of that. And so then I decided to try it again with linear lines. This is a fantastic, simple, easy, mindless way to lose yourself in art. Highly recommend it if you're having a bad day or you're struggling. Go sit down, throw some color on, let it dry, and doodle it. It's just incredible. This is funny. I don't remember whose video this is. I think Creation CC, but it might be Generini. It was how to do easy roses in watercolor. And of course, it wasn't easy for me at all. at all. So I doodled some on top of it. And this is the type of thing where, you get going and you just start laughing at how it's not working. And every time I see it, I laugh because it's just a tragic, sad mess. So whatever. It's all good. This is another creation CC. Like I said, I was a patron of hers all year, and she does so many videos. She does 2, 3, 4 a month for everyone to look at on YouTube, which is great. And then I liked this so much, it was so fun. I did another one bigger, but when I took the tape off, it ripped. So I learned my lesson to always use a heat tool to soften that up. Otherwise you will ruin your work. This is I don't need a reference. I'm just going to wing it painting. It's atrocious. I don't know what I was thinking. I just think it's good once in a while to just try to do something using the skills you've learned so far. But I think I need to do this more often because I get stumped and then I get impatient with myself and then I don't like something and then I stop. And really this isn't that bad. It's fairly kiddish, but it's happy. Like the flowers make me happy. Now every time I look at it, I laugh. But when I first finished, I thought, well, I wish this wasn't in my doodle book. I wish I could throw it away. But that's the nice thing about these books is you can't throw anything away. So this was just trying to do circles that were dark on one side, light on the other, playing with, trying to keep the, controlling the pigment a little bit more so that I can get those lights and dark values, and then adding in color that I might like to see. And then this one looking like a planet. And I just thought, now they all look like planets. And the sun's coming this way at them. And I have no idea why I decided to add hats to the top of them. I think because of a different thing I was working on that you'll see later. Sometimes things, I just see faces in different artwork. And so the hats came on. Thank God for clip art. That's where I got these little silhouette ideas. Some of them were mine, the princess. And some of them, I wasn't quite sure how to do cowboy hat. So, here we go. Okay. These guys. This, Creation CC did this adorable little house thing. And it looks so cute and so awesome. And I really wanted to do it. And I got started. And I was bored right away. I don't know. I think the repetition of it just didn't click with me. I think a lot of repetition does, but not with this. So I got the houses down, and then I started doing the roofs, the tops. And I started getting really just bogged down and bored and started to hate it. So I stopped and I kept going forward, and I marked it with a post-it note to come back and work on it to finish it. I was really happy when I got done with it because I just felt like I didn't bail. I finished. And I tried to make them, hospital, library to make it more interesting. They all just look like they've got some weird alien faces. And so when I look at this page, I think of perseverance because it took me to the end to go back and finally finish it. It was the last thing I finished. This is just my own experiment. In quilting, I do a lot of these feather type things. And then I wanted to paint them all different colors, kind of a rainbow effect. And I went back in with colored pencil. And then I had more of the kind of a splashy. It looks very hippie 60s. Excuse me, we're going to move Fiona down. No, you can't do this. It looks pretty hippie to me, which I love. And then this, I do this all the time. So I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but this is gold gel pen. And this needs to dry usually. Ink usually needs to dry, and you think, oh, it doesn't need to dry. That's the watercolor. And then I push my hand right through it, and I smear it, and I have to try to clean it back off. So, yeah, whoops. And I do that too often. I need to learn to slow down. This was another lesson in slowing down. This is a Let's Make Art tutorial you can also find on their website and YouTube channel. And it was all about layering. You start with the lightest layer, and then you do another layer, that you get to the next color, and then another layer, and then you color in the back. And it is really fun. It takes a lot of time. You have to completely dry between layers. I like tedious and I like layering. So that's the one thing I learned with that peony too. I really like that small little stuff. So this was a lot of fun, but I see that I did not put my outline on these three. I did the others. So I'll have to go back and finish that since it's not done. It's not very pretty. The one that they did was really pretty, but it was an exercise for me. I knew that it was just to see if I liked this technique. This was very exciting. I don't know if I'm going to do more of these or not. I know I did another one for a quilting prize. Creation CC was really into mandalas, and I was really excited about that since I started doing artwork as dot mandalas, using acrylic dots. And I spent years doing that. And then I moved to watercolor and I missed the mandalas. And so to incorporate both of these together was really fun, really exciting. It takes a little time, but I really liked how this turned out. This is bronze watercolor in here, and that's gold watercolor on those circles. And metallic watercolor are a lot of fun too. I really, really like them. And it's just an inexpensive set I got on Amazon. I used to hate swatching, just hate it. And now I have found that I really enjoy it. I like seeing what the paints will do and how they react to each other. I do a lot of these. I have piles and piles of them experimenting. And I'm really glad I did this because then I wrote down what paints it was, what brand it was, and then the different colors. And then I created this little thumbnail doodle, which I've seen a lot of different artists do. Nia Nia Ni, which is, I think I'm saying that right. I'll list these below for you, all of these creators. And Creation CC does it, and I've just seen it around. It is really fun. It makes really cute little card too, if you do it with themes. This is pretty abstract, but you can do it with themes as well. And that is everything for my book. I hope this inspired you. Feel free to use any of my ideas, and then I will link below the people who contributed with their tutorials, and so you can go and look them up. But yeah, this is really helpful to do these, because if you don't know what you're working on or you don't really want to work on a big project, you can always sit down and do a little bit of arting. I've even taken these and put them in my purse and bring them when I go to doctor's appointments, dentist appointments. If I have to wait, I'll bring a doodling one, not the watercolor one, but I'll bring one for doodles. It just helps pass the time. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and thank you for being a patron. This is all new to me, and I'm so excited to do this. It's actually freed up a lot of my time to do my art this way than the way I was doing it before. So I'm enjoying myself much more, and that's because of you, so thank you. And that's it. I will talk to you later. Have a great day.